If you like playing at your own pace, managing a factory, and watching gnomes run around frantically while trying to build lots of little items, then Little Big Workshop is for you. Little Big Workshop is by developer Mirage Game Studios. It's their only release, and it's a good one. It's available on PlayStation 4, Xbox One, Microsoft Windows, iOS, and Nintendo Switch for $19.99 or your regional equivalent. Management sims can be hit or miss, largely depending on how engaging it is or complicated processes end up being when trying to manage everything. I enjoy the pacing of Little Big Workshop because it's set entirely by you. When you start, you're greeted by a cute overhead of a messy desk that looks like a drafting table, and your factory is situated among it. The tutorial is thorough enough that you can grasp gameplay basics, though it could be a little more in-depth as some of the concepts aren't made clear right away. There's also an extensive help menu with pictures that further detail concepts, tips, and tricks to get your little workshop up to industrial status. Graphically, Little Big Workshop looks excellent. You can zoom in really close and watch as your gnomes work away. But don't be fooled by the cute graphics. This workshop game will keep you on your toes. You have 2 gnomes to start, and you can change their names and assign them to stations in order to streamline your factory once it gets larger and you start producing more goods. The gameplay loop is as follows. Hire or fire workers, produce generic goods to sell or for clients on a time crunch, expand your factory and grow it larger, create larger quantities and more advanced goods for more money, rinse and repeat. In the meantime, when you have no requests from clients, you have a market where you can see available items to build. Along with this menu, you have the graphical representation of demand and cost. This graph can help you gauge what you should build and what you can hope to make in terms of profit. On the upper right, you can see what it will take to build, such as the skills your gnomes will need, as well as materials. Once you select what you want to make, you're greeted by a blueprint or plan of the item. You can use any materials you see fit, unless it's for a client, which will require specific materials. I like that the UI was helpful in that if you pick an item that has a step like painting or metalworking, and you don't have a machine that can do that, there will be an icon that will take you to the shop where you can purchase the machine for that specific part of the blueprint. This erases any confusion about what machines are needed for certain parts of a build. Once you get the hang of reading the market and building up your client base, you'll unlock options to expand your little factory, like building walls, adding doors, creating zones for loading or unloading, recruiting more gnomes, buying bigger automation machines, and allocating skill points that will make things even easier. Your gnomes level up as noted by their stars on the worker menu. Gnomes you hire can be assigned to the loading bay or specific machines, or to do the heavy lifting, roles which help to streamline your budding factory. It's all really neatly laid out and works exceptionally well with the Switch controls. While doing so, keep an eye on the layout of your factory. You don't want too many gnomes running around or getting in the way of each other. This can end up hindering a build or upsetting the balance. You also need to pay attention to the needs of your gnomes by decorating, building specific machines, and furniture for them that will help them recuperate, re-energize them, or relax them. They will get tired, and if you have nowhere for them to recharge, they won't be as efficient or take too long to complete a job. Little Big Workshop is 60% business, management, and 40% factory. It's not a game where you produce items to use, like Factorio or Satisfactory. You build items to sell either on your own or by completing contracts. The planning stage could be optimized where I wouldn't have to assign builds to specific stations over and over. Maybe a way to automate the process for certain types of materials like wood or metals would be nice. You have to plan your layout just right because the pathing of the gnomes becomes frustrating later on. So much so that I've had to reload a save because the pathing just broke out of nowhere, resulting in lost product and money and a gnome that didn't move until I reloaded my save. Little Big Workshop reminds me of Transport Fever series and The Settlers, so if you enjoy those games, you'll enjoy what this game has to offer. Despite some minor issues, I enjoyed my time with Little Big Workshop. Thanks for checking out my quick look on Little Big Workshop by Mirage Game Studios. Stay tuned and subscribe for more content. This has been Niko from Need to Know. Stay in the know, gamers.